My name is Kevin Bell, and I am a co-owner of Bell's Maple Park here in Wasaga Beach. This is a family-owned campground. We have been in business since the 1950s, and since then we have grown to be around 400 sites, most of which are seasonal campground sites. Bell's Maple Park is a corporation, also known as a limited company. Corporation is different from a sole proprietorship or a partnership in that it is recognized by the law. It's almost like an artificial person, a separate entity, if you will. To establish a limited company, you need to fill out a document called the Articles of Incorporation with the help of a lawyer normally, and submit that to the government. A corporation is able to divide up its assets into smaller segments called shares. When you think of a corporation, very often you think of a large company like McDonald's, Walmart. That isn't always the case. Many small businesses are incorporated, and there's a reason for that. It is possible as a corporation to sell shares. Selling shares raises money which can be used to fund the growth of your business, often cheaper than obtaining outside funding from, say, a bank. Some companies have decided to allow their shares to be traded publicly on the stock market. In our case, we are holding our shares privately. Also, when a shareholder dies or decides that they want to leave the company, it can be more easily accomplished in a limited company or corporation. The transfer of shares is more straightforward and possibly easier than trying to find a new partner for the business. Another advantage of having a corporation is that you are in a lower tax rate than sole proprietorships or partnerships, and saving money is never a bad thing. However, the biggest advantage of having a limited company or a corporation is the limited personal liability. Limited personal liability is a lot better than unlimited personal liability. Limited personal liability means you can only lose what you have invested in the company. You do not have all of your personal assets at risk. There are disadvantages of having a corporation. Establishing a corporation is more difficult than starting up a business that is a sole proprietorship or a partnership. In the beginning, there is more paperwork to be filled out, and there are higher fees associated with filling in that paperwork. Corporations are more closely monitored by the government. A financial report is submitted to the government each year. There needs to be an annual meeting of shareholders each year. The corporation must also keep records of the shareholders, directors, and the business dealings. This is done for the protection of the shareholders. In larger corporations, there's not as much incentive for employees to work hard. Sole proprietorships, oftentimes the owner will be working 60, 70, 80-hour weeks to ensure the success of their business. In a corporation, we've noticed sometimes that employees will not be as careful as the owners or shareholders are with the tools and equipment, and they are often not prepared to work the same amount of hours. When people think of corporations, they often think of large companies like Walmart, McDonald's, or Coca-Cola. Our business is also a corporation, and we've decided to be a corporation for the same reason that other companies have, because of the advantages that that structure offers us, our business.